Welcome to the Silverthorne Pulse. I'm Kim Jardam, and I'm here today with Town Manager Ryan Highland, and we're going to recap for you the August 28th work session and Town Council meetings. Thanks for being here.
Thanks.
So when we jump into work session, there was a Recreation Center expansion update, which is pretty exciting. Our rec center is bursting at the seams, so we're looking at expanding that facility.
Yeah, we had a great conversation with the whole team that is working on that project. So we've got a lot of staff that are working on that, and then we have an owner's representative that we've hired and an architectural firm. And so Council's had a number of opportunities to look at some of the conceptual plans, and the team continues to refine those. So we can pop some of those plans up on the screen, but essentially continuing to talk about a gymnasium space, so 12,000 square foot expansion there, expansion to the weight room, bringing licensed childcare into the facility, so 2,400 square feet, and a lot of additional circulation, viewing areas, all the things that are ancillary to some of those spaces that I just mentioned. Additionally, everything I talked about is really on the main level, second story that would have administrative offices and some more multi-use spaces, so about 2,400 square feet of new multi-use spaces, and then a rooftop patio area that could be used both for Kids Corner and some of those community spaces. That's about 1,500 square feet. So working through the plan, talked about parking as well, adding some parking as we'll be, hopefully driving more folks to the center. And we were just talking before we got on air here, thinking about spring next year, hoping to break ground, certainly a 2025 project. And so Council was looking at the conceptual plans as the owner, if you will, but they will also have to put on their land use hat and look at a revised site plan. So Planning Commission and the Council will be looking at that as a land use project here in the future, but right now just trying to get through kind of the architectural design. And I think that was most of the update. That was, probably an hour and a half that I just condensed into maybe a minute there. But a lot of great work, a really exciting project, as you mentioned, bursting at the seams. We've been talking about an expansion for a long time. And so it's exciting to be at the point where we're getting closer to breaking ground. We also have our financial team working on the financing for the project, and so that's kind of on a parallel track where there's also a lot of work being done to work on getting the financing in place.
That facility just celebrated its 30th year.
It did.
Just in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And for 30 years, it served our community really well at the size that it was at, but it's clear now that it's time for an expansion.
Yeah, and the size that it's at right now, we have done a lot of major renovations. You might remember we used to have some racquetball courts, and that was turned into 2 stories, and that's how we got a lot of the capacity that we have within the facility. And then additionally, the locker rooms that were remodeled, a big expansion there, but we've done everything that we can within that current footprint. And so it's time to, and it was always contemplated, even 30 years ago, that area out back could be for expansion. So it's exciting. It's coming, yeah.
All right, excellent. Moving into the regular town council meeting, the consent calendar had a resolution approving the contract with GOCO, which is the Greater Outdoor Colorado. What's the O for? I'm not even sure. Great Outdoor Colorado.
Colorado. Maybe it's just Colorado.
I think
it's
it
just
is.
Colorado.
I think it is.
We figured it out.
We received a grant from them that we are representing as the fiscal agent for the Blue River Watershed Group.
Yeah, we are partnering with Blue River Watershed Group. They've done a great job. They had another huge grant recently, but this is nothing to sneeze at either, $300,000. They've been doing a lot of work, as I'm sure we've talked about before. The health of the Blue River, not necessarily in Silverthorne, but as you get further down, it's lost that gold medal designation. So lots of work on figuring out how to create a better habitat for aquatic species, and so they're doing great work there. And like you said, we're kind of a pass-through, if you will, and helped facilitate getting those dollars, and they will administer that grant and continue to work on the health of the river.
Excellent. Under public hearings, there were a couple of ordinances which we've spoken about in the past that are some routine, these are second readings, so just routine ordinances regarding the conveyance of utility easement by the Art Spot.
Yeah,
on the
right
Blue
at the
River
Art
Park
Spot,
Road.
just Excel and Quest, and needing to have easements to help serve some of that new development that's over there. So second reading, no changes from first reading, and approved.
Excellent. And that was really it for town council and work session
Yeah.
that evening. So
Yeah, the rec center was the star of the show.
That's great.
And very excited about that.
and we've got First Friday coming up, first weekend in September.
We do. Last big concert in the
Rainbow
park,
Park.
at Rainbow Park. So hopefully we'll have good weather.
Yes, excellent. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.